And in this new wave of technology, now there are just not enough developers who know how to build on top of this technology that has been invented, right? So our first step right now is to help Web 2 developers transition into Web 3 and explore these opportunities that exist in the Web 3 world.
Hey folks, welcome to First Cheque Portfolio Shorts. My name is Noah Martins, and this is a series where we speak to founders of our portfolio companies so that you get to know their team, understand what they're building and the problem they're trying to solve. If you like the content that we've been putting out, do like, share, and subscribe so that we can reach more founders and startup enthusiasts like you. Today's very special guest is Madhavan, co-founder of Questbook. Questbook is a decentralized university where learning is always free. They have built a community of over 15,000 developers who are learning how to build with Web3 and blockchain technology. Questbook makes it easy for busy professionals to upskill other professionals with bite-sized courses. They partner with the top blockchain projects to ensure that their content is top-notch and also help members of their community in finding blockchain jobs and exciting Web3 opportunities. I had a great conversation with Madhavan, and I'm genuinely excited about the space he's building in. It's very cool to see what Questbook has built so far, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for them. Stick around till the end of the episode to learn more. Madhavan, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to talk to you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Noah. We met in Goa last, and great to be talking here again.
Likewise. Okay, awesome. So let's start by talking about the problem that you're trying to solve at Questbook.
Yeah, dude, look, right now, there's this entire wave of Web3 that is coming around, right? And there are a lot of interesting projects getting built. Like you have Aave, Compound, which is basically challenging the way that we've been thinking in the past about software in general. Right? So this is like decentralized first, community first kind of products. And in this new wave of technology, now there are just not enough developers who know how to build on top of this technology that has been invented. Right. So our first step right now is to help Web 2 developers transition into Web 3 and explore these opportunities that exist in the Web 3 world. And the way that Web 3 is operating is fundamentally different from the way that you would work in Web 2. Right? In Web 2, you would go and probably apply for a Microsoft, Google, Facebook, whatever, and have a full-time relationship over there. But in Web3, it is more like, hey, there are all of these opportunities across various protocols, various projects that you can go pick, earn a few bounties, earn a few grants. And that's how the space is evolving. But right now, the biggest bottleneck is there are just not enough developers who can go and solve all of these problems and help the technology progress in the first place. So that's the space that we're filling. Web 2 developers transition into Web 3 and explore all of these Web 3 opportunities that exist.
Right. Okay, so talk to me about your solution. What does Questbook look like? What are who are your users, and how do you all operate? And also, why did you decide to work on this problem?
Sure. So look, most of the people who are coming onto our platform right now are, well, Web 2 developers, like
Right.
people who work at these Microsoft, Google, Facebook, any Web 2 company. There are two reasons why they come to us, right? So number one is they own some cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin or ETH or something that they've bought or earned recently. And they're continuously looking at that price, like go up and down, right? So they become curious. Hey, what's happening here? I want to understand what's happening under the hood. I want to understand the technology. That's motivation number one. Motivation number two is uh, most of these developers, they say that the smartest developer friend that they know is working in Web3. Right. So now that becomes a trigger. Hey, like the smartest person I know is working in Web3. What am I doing? Right. So these are like two reasons because of which people come to us. These are mostly software engineers because, well, our platform is specific to developers. And the way that it works is right now we have more than 100 tutorials that we've created. All of them are free of cost. So they come here, learn about the technology, hang out in our community. Our community is now like 15,000 strong, right? More than 15,000 right now. Our developers who are like coming here, collaborating, and finding opportunities for each other. So yeah, that's the funnel. Like you come here to learn about the technology through our free courses. and then come and hang out in our community where the opportunities actually start to show.
Right. And how do you discover the problem and decide to start working on it?
Oh yeah, so every week we have these happy hours in which these project owners come and talk about their own projects. What are the opportunities that are available on their particular project? So yeah, every week I think we have two sessions going on right now, and that's how you discover what are the opportunities available in the ecosystem, and then you can go apply to them, maybe form teams to apply to them, depending on the opportunity itself. So these are opportunities. When I say opportunities, I mean like bounties or
Right.
grants or funds that are available
Projects that are
from.
available for them to work on.
Correct.
Right.
And actually earn some money also on the way.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so talk to me. You spoke about the 15,000 users on like active members on your Discord server. Talk to me about what the progress looks like in general. How many people are you seeing? How much interest are you seeing in the Web3 space? And how much interest are you seeing in Questbook so far?
Oh, so look, Web3 is hot, right? Like, but
Yeah.
or rather, I would say crypto is hot
Hmm.
as a cryptocurrency, right? Like everybody now knows about this. Probably a couple of years back, not so much. Like people were
Yeah.
still wrapping their head around what is a Bitcoin, what is an Ethereum. But at least now people know about its existence. But what is still missing is even the smartest developers in the world still do not know that you can build on top of Ethereum, you can build on top of Solana, right? Most of the people are still looking at these as cryptocurrencies that you can just trade and make some money,
Hmm.
but the awareness is missing right now. So that is the biggest problem. So and that is where we get most of the interest. Like anybody who wants to learn about the technology itself, like what can you build on top of it? Those are the people who come to Questbook, and the way that they find us is largely through Twitter, right? Surprisingly, most of our traffic is not coming from Google, but like Twitter searches. Apparently, this is a community that's going on to Twitter and searching first about learn Web3, learn crypto, something like that, and invariably like Questbook shows up. So yeah, that's how people find us.
That's pretty interesting. That to see that Twitter is the place where India is figuring out crypto.
Absolutely. Like not just India, I would say the world is figuring out crypto on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah, very active folks there.
Okay. Okay, so at the moment, most people are introduced to or begin their journey into the whole Web3 blockchain space by trying to understand what blockchain is and what Web3 is. But that's not the case with most people using the internet, right? They're just interacting with apps and websites, etc. They don't really understand how it works. So are we too early in the journey of blockchain for people to just be interacting with blockchain applications? Or is that how do you see people introducing themselves to blockchain? What is the right way for a non-developer to get themselves into this world and understand it and interact with it?
I think you're right. Most people do not care about the underlying technology. However, right now the space that we are in is that the technology itself is like very new. It's also
Mhm.
evolving very fast. I would say we are still in that phase where there need to be more developers. Right? You bring
Okay.
in the developers, the technology needs to progress, right?
Right.
And that's the pursuit we are in. Hey, bring in more developers. So even in the internet world, right? So there had to be a lot of builders, a lot of entrepreneurs who had to come and build applications on top of internet. But the end user, of course, does not need to care. Is this on blockchain? Is this on internet? Is this on a CD? It does not matter, right?
Mhm.
So we are a little far away from that point. Like it's still unclear, for example, as to what is the first blockchain product that will reach a billion users. It's unclear,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right now we do not like NFT is probably the strongest contender, but it's not like not a
Mhm.
clear 1 billion kind of a use case yet. So we're still far. So the technology itself is evolving like super fast. So the first step is to like bring in the developers. They'll progress this software itself and build interesting things on top of it. Coming to your second part of the question, right? Like you said, how can non-developers also kind of be a part of this? I think it's super important, right? Like now we need designers, we need product thinkers who can give shape to this technology, right? Like
Okay.
somebody had to think of NFTs. Right now, it may or may not be a developer. Like how do you package this technology? How do you use this technology in such a way so as to solve some problems in society? So that piece is still missing.
Right.
However, to quickly recap, I think we are in the phase where more developers need to come in and progress the technology itself first, and then
Right.
we will probably have more broader use cases that 7 billion people can use.
Understood. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to let you go real soon, but before that, I have one last question for you. So talk to me about how you and your co-founders met, and also talk to me about why people should want to come and join your team and help you build Questbook, or rather build Questbook with you.
So we have four co-founders. All of us are from Triple ID Hyderabad, but like across batches, right?
Okay.
So it's an interesting story how we met. Like I met like all three of them at different phases in my life. Harsha, of course, I met while I was at college. We are like peers there. So Harsha is our guy who kind of takes care of everything related to our community. Our community is like thriving because of Harsha. He's
Right.
spending like whatever 16 to 18 hours every day just on Discord. You send a message, you'll get a response from him very quickly. He
Okay.
knows everybody by name. So that's the kind of vibe that Harsha brings in. Um, the second co-founder I have is Abhilash. Abhilash and I worked together on this product called Samosa. He founded a company called Samosa, which was like TikTok for South India, and that
Okay.
scaled to more than 10 million users. And
Wow.
I was the first engineer over there. Right. So we knew each other from college, but like that's when we cemented our working relationship. And then when I was like kind of going solo over the next few years, trying to figure out where I want to start my company, that's when I was in touch with Subhash, who was kind of mentoring me as a senior in the entrepreneurship circles that we had at our college. And yeah, over time we just liked working with each other, and yeah, we just started working together on the product. Yeah, just because it's a stellar team, right? Like it's a stellar
Right.
team working on a very, very fascinating, cutting edge kind of a problem, right? I think that's what motivates all of us. Like every single day we have something new that we learn. In fact, on our Slack we have this channel called recommendations, in which whenever somebody learns something new or reads an article, watches a video, they post it, and it's like pinging every single day, like tens of articles over there, because all of us are learning so much on the go,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So I think that is something that excites all of us. And of course, since everybody on the team is like really, really smart, they also kind of have like full ownership of the individual things that they're owning, like more like we delegate and trust kind of a scenario. We are making wild shots, like very, very ambitious plans, and anybody who's not intimidated by the audacity of our ambitions might enjoy working with us.
That's awesome. I love that. Madhavan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. It's always a pleasure. And it's really cool to see the space that you're working in, and also all the progress that you've had here so far. So cheers to that. And I just, it just gives me so much joy to see your growth.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Noah. Thanks for having me. This was a fun conversation. And I definitely keep track of what you keep posting from your Twitter account. Love that as well.